daily continuous street sound and house sound coming into the house from outside. Because they can't come in, they invade from outside with sound. This is what the Android Sydney City system does to an isolated guinea pig human being that is being subjected to their sight and sound transhuman program, so that they can connect with you when you want to stay an individual, single human being just living a human life. They're like, no, you have to be technologically controlled. Demigods of the past, demigod movie, false idols of the demigods controlling Matrix or the Earth Matrix, which means the demigods control the world stage. They're your world stage performers that entertain, control and program your mind to think that they are real humans, when actually, unfortunately for humanity, they're actually not completely what you think they are. If you want to worship them, you still can, because they certainly want your admiration and your, the idolatry, as they call it, because it really is idol worship. Even if you believe their stories, they're still bringing you into their false matrix or their false fairy tale of what the earth or what they really are. Unfortunately, because we've all been deceived, and no one's been more deceived than myself. And there's like jackhammer type noise coming into my ears. The mobile won't pick it up, but it's coming into the house. So I'll just stop the video here, I think, or maybe I'll just show some more past demigod pictures to show how you're deceived at a real local level, but also at a worldwide demigod level. So the whole perception of Earth for a human being is not quite what you think. Now, many people would say, yes, we know that movie stars make up many tales and stories about their life to elicit attention and sympathy so that you relate to them and believe in them. This is true, so you will watch their movies, just as the music demigods sing you and lull you into a hypnotic state, believing their false images or believing that they believe in what they sing about, when they may or may not. But either way, they are disciples of Lucifer's matrix, so you'll have to decide what you think about that. So it's a question of who you think rules the world, whether that be your world stage players and the powers that be, or even if they worship particular gods. But either way, I don't think any of it is connected to a human being, really. Even though, of course, I am transhuman connected to it, whether I like it or not, because I try to exist in the earth, and the earth tries to make my existence part of theirs because they want to control humanity to get their energy, to get their human spirit from them so that they avoid extinction. We're told this because they're actually technical beings and basically artificially intelligent, or the equivalent of psychopathic, malignant beings steeped in Lucifer's spirit of narcissism and the would-be God mentality, where they want to control everything, but also need to so that they can avoid extinction and keep themselves alive. because they use human energy, they drain my energy, and they drain it through their technological invasion around me with their sight and sound program, keeping me connected to their presence all the time. That's how they do it, unfortunately, and I can't stop it because basically they surround you. You can't get away from them because they patrol you, they stalk you, they and surround and isolate you from other human beings, so that your only connection is with their technology and with the androgyne beings, whether that be at a local, real level like around me with the noise and sound suppression, or at a false belief in what we call the false gods of earth, or those that you admire in earth, you know, or that you think are real, or that you think are representations of better or more creative humans. Yes, the dogs are even mentally. Don't know what I'm actually filming here because this just come up on the TV, so I'm using it to divert from the jackhammer sounds that the mobile won't pick up, but my ears are picking it up. And I'm just showing you how false and deceived I am, because I'm looking at false movie idols of the past that have, you know, that basically besot your idea of what a real woman is, even, or a real, you know, a real human, shall we say, because they are duality androgyne beings, so they're basically Lucifer's disciples and Lucifer's followers and Lucifer's ones, because they are like, you know, Lucifer is your original divine androgyne demigod being. That was a being of light that was worshipped and idolised by the original creator of it. And then the deception and darkness was shown, that you know, so that became then you know, the iniquity that some people have spoke of. That means the falsity, the deception was shown, and that's just how it is. And that's how it is for human beings, is that there's a lot of falsity and deception. And perhaps that's closer to the truth. Some of these more depressing, disturbing, dark images of the demigods are actually closer to the truth, because these beings do wallow in Lucifer's dark matrix, I'm told. You know, they do. Because they are of the dark, not really of the light, even though they present themselves to be images of darkness, but they're actually beings of dark. And that's just how it is. And Lucifer's plane is going over, because Lucifer controls the android airline pilots and also the android army aircraft, which are really all army aircraft, because even though they may or may not carry passengers, they actually do go and follow and patrol the real humans en route, which is why they go over my head wherever I am. You know, in other words, like over the roof of the place, over my head as I walk just a block or two away from this place every day to go out to get, you know, supplies type of thing. Or even if I just went down to the park at the end of my small dead-end street here, you know, you couldn't possibly look at a tree without the plane coming through it. So basically you're always under their surveillance and always aware of their presence, no matter what. That's the reality of the suburb of Leichhardt. in the city of Sydney, in the country of Australia, where I actually am living. And I live on a small dead-end street called Henry Street, where there's always massive productions or stage set-up work programs going on, in order to send, yes, like the beeping noise into my ears right at the moment from even the trucks that come onto the street, a small dead-end street where you wouldn't expect to see trucks. Even when they're just moving in and out, they make beeping noises, which all these things they never did in the past. They're all new inventions to basically take over the human senses, so that you're always distracted and always aware of their presence. So you're always connected to Lucifer's transhuman technology computer system, even though you don't realise that everything around you is part of this technology, because it is really a human mind control Earth matrix, because the beings that control Earth, the powers that be, are a different species. They're artificial, and they also need human spiritual energy, or human energy, or the humanity of a real human being, because they tend to be more psychopathic and malignantly steeped in narcissism, and are also paranoid and very controlling. So they need the human energy, the human spirit of life, or their more positive energy, shall we say, to be drained from them, so that they have life and the human beings is less alive and fully under their control and dominion. And that's what they do to human beings from the day you're born into this earth life. Unfortunately, that's the reality for a human being. And there isn't a lot you can do about it. But so I'm just gonna, perhaps I shouldn't even be showing images of past demigods, but I find the past demigods more softer and more sweeter and more less intrusive or less obvious than the new demigods of 2024, shall we say, or in more recent years. But they were still like a gradual infiltration of you accepting their divine image, shall we say. And their image is not a true human being's image, not a true creative being of light's image. They reverse it round to where the beings of dark imitate being beings of light, and people think that they are, when in reality they are of Lucifer's dark controlling matrix. Or if you want to put it at a less godlike level, they are simply the powers that be, all your world stage performers, controllers or leaders that basically are, beings of light that, that are really beings of dark. So they reverse it round. And this is so I'm just going to let me see here. I don't know what images are coming up on this screen, because basically I'm just letting it roll, because I went onto a past movie goddess, or a past false idol of the Matrix, really, because they are false idols, even though they seduce, beguile and hypnotize.